I think what really stands out is the wide variety of options and different interests kids can go into. We still have the foundational, all our core courses are there, and I know all our schools here do a great job with that. We also offer up so many other variety of things within public education.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch, brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home. On October 20th, the voters go to the polls to elect a new public school board, and one of those who is seeking a seat on that board is former teacher Quinn Skelton. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, you just retired. You just got out of teaching. Why do you want to jump back into this?
That's a good question. I had a couple phone calls and a few people reach out from education that said, "Hey, why not? Why don't you think about it?" And at first, I didn't really think they were being serious and sincere. But the more I thought about it, and the more I talked with them and had a few conversations with people that are on the board, I thought, yeah, this is a good idea.
Now, you're used to being on the gridiron. Football
Sure.
is in your blood. Do you see any similarities between competing on the gridiron and in the political arena?
Well, I think all the preparation and practice, so to speak, will show up in both. I think you just don't show up at whatever venue or meeting cold and think you're going to be able to put on a performance. So I think, being prepared and doing all your work behind will help out. That's
all those days of preparing lesson plans.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and you've got your lesson plan with you here this morning.
That's helping me think, yeah.
You have been in the classroom most recently, just back to last June.
Yep.
What's the experience like in the classroom today compared to when you started back in 1990?
Considerably different, but I guess the best part is there's still fantastic kids that are there in the classroom, and there's still great parents and some incredible teachers. So that is still there, thank goodness. And but the complexity, that word that's thrown around now, is certainly real. And our classes do not look exactly like they did back in 1990. They don't even look the same 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So that has changed a lot. From K to 12, it's different. I think here in medicinehat might not be quite the same as some of our big urban areas, but it certainly has changed. And you know what? Some of it for the better as well. Like all the very, very interesting kids that we get coming in now really makes education itself even that much better.
What are some of the changes that stand out in your mind?
Well, we can talk about class sizes, but that always depends on programming and what's going on. Programs are different here in 2025 than they were back in 1990 for sure. But I think what really stands out is the wide variety of options and different interests kids can go into. We still have the foundational, all our core courses are there, and I know all our schools here do a great job with that. We also offer up so many other variety of things within public education that I think that's probably one thing that stands out for me, especially being at Medicinehat High. The options that are available there are quite incredible. I think I remember one stat, it being like over 80 different options available for your high school experience, so all the different levels.
One of the things that has changed is how the provincial government has taken a bigger chunk of the responsibility from the school boards in terms of setting budgets, and also, as we've seen here with the negotiations, which aren't going very well right now with the teachers. So what is left for a trustee and a school board to do?
Well, from my experience in working along with the board over the years, our board has done a remarkable job of keeping our district healthy and wealthy and working well with the kids. I know the changes in the funding has impacted their ability to do that, but I also am very comfortable knowing that the people that have been in there have been doing their best and doing a great job in trying to keep up and do what they can with what they're getting from the government. It is funded a little bit differently than it used to, not as locally derived, but I know they'll work hard and continue providing.
We've spoken with some of the other candidates about the funding and how the dollars follow the child, which has set up a competition among not only individual schools, but school divisions.
Yeah.
Good idea, bad idea?
Both. There's positive and negative out of it. Competition's going to obviously breed some better opportunities as well. And one thing that I can see coming out of it all is giving our kids and our parents a choice of, what is it they want to pursue, what are their kids interested in. So having that out there, I think, is good. The direct competition between the boards, we're all public educators, and whether it be Prairie Rose or the Medicinehat Catholic or 76, we shouldn't be having to compete with kids walking through our doors to keep things afloat either. That, unfortunately, is one of the negative sides of it, and trying to draw and pull kids away with some shiny object, new programming that'll attract a few kids here or there. I think what our districts really should do is focus on what we do well, and make sure our people that are within our districts are comfortable and are very, very satisfied with what options they can take. I think a lot of people don't understand how many options and opportunities there are out there in all three districts, and I've heard it, the money being wasted on advertising and trying to pull people around. That's real, and that is unfortunate. But all three districts offer fantastic programs, and of course I'm a little bit biased with 76, but I know what's offered from K to 12, and especially in the high school level, both at Hat High and at Crescent Heights High. There's incredible opportunities for kids.
When I was in broadcasting, we used to refer to the sports department as the candy store of the newsroom, because that's where everybody had fun. You were in physical education at Medicinehat High School for the bulk of your career there.
Yeah.
Same analogy? You had fun?
Oh, every day.
I think you said it was the best job you could have had.
Well, I've said this for years, that I had the best job in Medicinehat. Definitely the best job in our district and our school. I got to teach phys ed and coach and build a program in athletic performance and work with people that way. I always said I had the best job, period. I just didn't get paid the most, but I certainly enjoyed what I did.
There were other paybacks that you got, though.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be financial paybacks, but intrinsic paybacks. Getting to work with incredible people, seeing kids, build, grow, move on, come back and do really cool things. Yeah,
that's the nice part about it, is that sometimes you don't know what impact you've had on a person's life until they ripen.
Definitely. Yeah, that is one thing about education. Getting to see them come back is a reward for sure. I worked with a lot of teachers in our building that I taught, and so having them come back is pretty cool. Even in the community, I know firemen to MLAs and all kinds of ex-players that are around town now that I still keep in contact with is very rewarding.
My daughter Marjorie was one of your students.
Yep, and a rugby player.
Rugby player, 5'0". Why she wanted to play rugby, I have no idea, but she loved it, and she loved you as a coach too. And now she has followed in your path and is a principal at a school in Ardmore, Alberta. So
that's fantastic.
You've planted lots of different seeds in your career as an educator.
Rewarding.
You talked about the athletic program that you established. Tell us a little bit more how that worked and how you did that and why you did it.
Thrown to the fire, to tell you the truth. My original mentor at high school was Roger Pozo.
I remember Roger.
He's a hardcore phys ed guy and football coach. And when he stepped down from coaching back in '89, I was just coming out of school, and I got a phone call for an interview, and kind of the rest is history, basically. So I stepped into opportunity with about 26 kids showing up, and we finished the year with 19 on the roster in 1990, the fall of 90. And from there, I put together a coaching staff from guys around town that were past players or moved into town, had some great help along the way. Terry Cordy, Mark Adams, Brian Semenok, who's still with me, and now his son is also a co-head coach with me. So Some really great guys, Ryan Herman, that helped build the program for over those 35 years, and the rugby program. We started that in the spring of 1990, and it's still building, thriving, and now we have we've had a girls team now for a long time. Both my kids played in it as well, rugby and football. So yeah, it's been fun.
What was what did they learn in that program? What was the actual things that they had to do?
Student-wise?
Well, I think you called it athletic.
That's a separate program.
Oh, okay.
Athletic performance.
Yeah.
That's a program that I piloted, initiated back, be close to 20 years ago now. And it's basically a workout class. At the end of the day, it's a workout class. So this is in addition to phys ed. So you take AP in grade 10, 11, and 12. It's open for all kids. Don't have to be an athlete, but athletes should be involved with it. First year we did it with 17 kids and got it off the ground as a publicly developed class, locally developed class. And now we've had as many as nine blocks of it in a year. And right now I believe it's still functioning with 8 classes throughout the year. That means there's a AP class in every single block of the day, both semesters, with over 220, 230 kids that are taking it. And I know at one point it was the largest option class at school. So pretty proud of that, and also a fantastic option. You talk about, all the academies, all the different things that are out there. That would be one example of what is offered in public schools that a lot of people maybe don't even know about.
Was that something that you initiated, or were you tapped on the shoulder and said, we want you to do this?
Oh, no, I definitely initiated it and wanted to build it for our kids, for the athletes, and give them that opportunity. I'm very familiar with what goes on with the rest of the province through Football Alberta and coaching, and keep our kids competitive and give them that opportunity as well. I figured it was a program that was for sure a positive for our kids.
So going forward now, you've been campaigning for a school trustee position. What are some of the things that Quinn Skelton would like to see done?
Well, part of my campaign, so to speak, is I'm a product of public education. I think that's the primary part of it. Without foundation, what I've gotten along the way from the people in public ed, I wouldn't be the teacher, I wouldn't be the coach, I wouldn't have all this type of opportunity. I think that is very, very real. What I can bring to it, I believe, is just that fact. I believe in public education. I think it's important, and that is something I want to continue helping to build and have that for our community and kids, build better people through education, whatever that may be, because education's a pretty big catch-all word. But that's what I think I can bring. I believe in it. My kids went through it. I know how they thrived through public education, and I just believe it should be there for all.
Now, you've been a head coach for a good number of years.
Yeah.
If you are elected, you're coming in as a rookie.
Oh yeah,
definitely a rookie. Are you thinking about that?
I'm looking forward to working with the people that end up on the board. There's a few people on that board. I definitely would enjoy their experience, their support, and I think their leadership will be important to see, retain, and continue with our board. So that's something hopefully I get to look forward to and work with them.
Yeah, it'll be a little different though, because instead of being in charge, you're going to be the one who's learning.
Oh, I can be a pretty good listener too.
You're a good student.
Yeah. I definitely am going to have to be a good listener and a good student, because as much as I might think I'm still fresh in the game, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I was not aware of, and I'm not
behind the curtain.
Yes, it's going to be a learning curve for sure, and I'm open to that.
Yeah. Thoughts on the current curriculum in Alberta?
Well, the curriculum, there's been lots of ups and downs with the curriculum over the time, and different governments have come in and put their twist on it. When it really comes down to it at the classroom, it's still the teacher that's going to make the difference. There's a basic curriculum, whether it be with the core courses or some of the option, so to speak, that are out there. But ultimately, it's going to be that that classroom teacher that's going to deliver, and those kids are going to be prepared along the way. So I'm confident from K to 12 that it's still happening, and our fantastic teachers are still going to deliver whatever that curriculum might look like. And we don't just because it's on paper one way or another, the delivery is still going to be positive for our kids.
Do you have any initiatives that you would like to bring to the board?
I'll say no, because when people have asked me lately, well, what's your campaign? What's your agenda? I don't have one, and I think that is good in that I'm not bringing some angle. I don't have a vendetta. I don't have some special interest that I'm bringing. I'm just want to build and work with public education.
All right. Quinn Skelton, looking to have your vote on October the 20th for Public School Trustee in Medicine Hat. Thank you for the visit.
Well, thank you. Much appreciated.